Hello viewers, my name is Mohammed Iqbal and you are watching my YouTube channel. $10,000 is more than a number in a bank account. It can be a turning point. A strong cash reserve reduces everyday financial anxiety and gives you options when life changes unexpectedly. It can help you handle emergencies, leave an unhealthy job, or begin investing without immediately worrying about the next bill. In this video, we'll build a practical plan to move from financial survival toward greater stability, confidence, and freedom. First, choose a realistic target date. Saving $10,000 in 6 months requires about $1,667 per month. Over 12 months, that falls to roughly $833. Stretch the goal to 18 months, and you'll need around $556 monthly. Choose a timeline that challenges you without making the plan impossible. A clear deadline turns a vague wish into a measurable monthly commitment. Reaching $10,000 begins with a shift from consumer thinking to saver thinking. Consumer thinking prioritizes immediate gratification, while saver thinking protects future freedom. This doesn't mean eliminating every enjoyable purchase. It means asking whether today's spending supports or delays tomorrow's goals. Instead of saying, "I can't afford to save," ask, "What changes would make this goal affordable?" That question moves your mind away from limitation and toward practical solutions. The basic formula is simple. Income minus expenses equals savings. That gives you two powerful financial levers. You can reduce what goes out, increase what comes in, or, ideally, do both. The wider the gap between your income and expenses, the faster you'll reach $10,000. Every strategy in this presentation connects to one of these levers. Keep this formula in mind because it will guide every decision in your savings plan. Step 1 is to conduct an honest spending audit. Review at least the last 3 months of your bank and credit card statements. Categorize every transaction, then highlight anything non-essential. Look especially for forgotten subscriptions, frequent takeout, convenience purchases, and small transactions you barely remember making. The purpose is not to create guilt. It is to reveal where your money is quietly disappearing so you can redirect those dollars toward your $10,000 goal. The 50-30-20 rule provides a useful budgeting starting point. Around 50% of your take-home income goes toward needs, such as housing, groceries, transportation, and essential bills. 30% is available for wants, including entertainment, hobbies, and dining out. The remaining 20% goes toward savings or debt repayment. These percentages are flexible. If you want to reach $10,000 faster, temporarily reduce the wants category and increase the amount assigned to savings. The biggest savings usually come from the biggest spending categories: housing, transportation, and food. For housing, consider downsizing, negotiating rent, or sharing costs with a roommate. For transportation, compare insurance rates, use public transit, carpool, or drive a less expensive vehicle. For food, plan meals, buy in bulk when practical, and reduce restaurant spending. Cutting one major expense can save more than eliminating dozens of tiny purchases and accelerate your progress significantly. Food is one of the easiest categories to improve quickly. Start by planning your meals and shopping with a detailed list, preferably when you're not hungry. Choose generic brands for basic staples and prepare several meals at once. A restaurant meal may cost $15, while a comparable home-cooked meal might cost around $4. Depending on your current habits, reducing takeout and preparing food at home could potentially free up several $100s every month. Small purchases matter because frequency multiplies their cost. A $5 coffee every day adds up to about $150 per month. But the answer doesn't have to be total deprivation. Replace expensive habits instead of simply restricting them. Invest in a coffee maker, prepare snacks at home, or create lower-cost alternatives you genuinely enjoy. Sustainable substitutions are easier to maintain, and the money you save can be transferred directly toward your goal. Subscriptions are convenient, but they're also easy to forget. Review your bank statement and phone settings for recurring charges. Cancel unused gym memberships, software, premium apps, and services you no longer value. Consider rotating streaming platforms instead of paying for several at the same time. A careful subscription purge could recover $50 to $100 per month. That may seem small, but over 1 year, it could contribute $600 to $1,200 toward your target. Utility savings come from small actions repeated consistently. Adjust your thermostat by a couple of degrees, wash clothes in cold water, switch to LED bulbs, and unplug devices that continue drawing power while not in use. You can also check for water leaks and ask whether your provider offers efficiency programs. Depending on your home and current usage, these changes could save $30 to $50 per month without requiring a dramatic change in your lifestyle. Many fixed bills are more negotiable than they appear. Call your internet, mobile phone, and insurance providers and ask whether lower-cost plans or loyalty discounts are available. Research competitor prices before calling so you have specific alternatives to mention. If necessary, ask to speak with the retention department. A polite, informed conversation can sometimes reduce your monthly bills by $20 to $60. Repeat this process every year to prevent unnecessary price increases from quietly accumulating. To control impulse spending, create distance between the desire and the decision. For non-essential purchases, wait at least 24 hours before buying. For anything over $100, consider waiting 72 hours. This pause allows the emotional excitement to fade and gives you time to compare the purchase with your savings goal. Remove stored payment details and promotional shopping alerts as well. The harder it is to buy instantly, the easier it becomes to make intentional choices. Expense cutting is important, but it has a natural limit. You can only reduce your spending until you reach the cost of your basic needs. Income, however, has far more room to grow. That's why reaching $10,000 quickly may require more than budgeting alone. Once you've removed obvious waste, shift some of your attention toward earning additional money. Combining controlled expenses with increased income creates a much faster and often more sustainable path to your goal. The best side hustle usually builds on a skill you already possess. Writers and designers can offer freelance services. Strong students or bilingual speakers can provide tutoring or language lessons. Organized professionals can work as virtual assistants, while animal lovers might offer pet sitting or dog walking. Don't try everything at once. Choose one service, define a clear offer, and find your first paying customer. Consistent, skill-based work can produce better returns than chasing every new opportunity. If you need flexible, immediate income, gig economy work may help. Options include ride-sharing, grocery or food delivery, and task-based services such as furniture assembly or local errands. The main advantage is control over your schedule. However, calculate your true earnings after fuel, vehicle maintenance, platform fees, and taxes. Gig work is most effective when used strategically, such as dedicating several profitable hours each weekend and sending every dollar earned directly to your savings account. Your existing professional skills may be worth more outside your regular job. Bookkeepers can support small businesses remotely, while people with marketing experience can manage social media accounts. You could also turn your knowledge into reusable digital products, including templates, spreadsheets, checklists, or guides. Start with a specific problem you know how to solve. Service income can generate cash quickly, while digital products may continue earning after the initial work has been completed. Your first extra $1,000 may already be sitting inside your home. Spend one weekend sorting through unused clothing, electronics, furniture, tools, and collectibles. Clean each item, take clear photographs, and write honest descriptions. Platforms such as eBay, Facebook Marketplace can connect you with potential buyers. Price items to sell rather than to sit online indefinitely. You'll create immediate cash for your goal while also making your home cleaner and more organized. Your primary job may offer the most powerful income opportunity. Prepare a case for a salary increase by documenting your achievements, added responsibilities, and measurable results. If available, consider overtime or occasional weekend shifts. You can also pursue a promotion or explore positions at companies offering better compensation. Even a modest pay increase can outperform months of small spending cuts. Most importantly, direct the additional income toward savings before allowing your lifestyle expenses to expand. Saving becomes easier when it happens automatically. Instead of spending first and saving whatever remains, pay yourself before the money reaches your everyday spending account. Schedule an automatic transfer for every payday, ideally into a separate savings account. Treat that transfer like a required bill, not an optional decision. Automation removes the need for repeated willpower and reduces the temptation to spend. You then build your monthly budget around what remains after your savings contribution. Where you keep your money also matters. Traditional savings accounts may pay very little interest, while a competitive high-yield savings account can offer a much stronger return. At a 4.5% annual yield, $10,000 could earn around $450 over a year if the balance remained unchanged. Rates are variable, so compare current offers, fees, access rules, and deposit insurance. Your savings should remain secure, accessible, and productive while you build the fund. Unexpected money can fast-forward your progress, but only if you have a plan before it arrives. Windfalls may include tax refunds, work bonuses, cash gifts, or rebates. Try using the 90-10 rule. Save 90% and enjoy 10% without guilt. This gives you a small reward while protecting most of the opportunity. Without a rule, sudden cash often disappears into lifestyle upgrades. With a rule, one windfall can remove several months from your savings timeline. High-interest debt can work against your savings progress. Credit cards may charge annual interest rates of 20% or more, potentially costing far more than a savings account earns. Build a small emergency buffer first, then prioritize eliminating toxic, high-interest balances while continuing any essential contributions. Avoid adding new charges during the process. The goal is not merely to accumulate cash. It is to improve your overall financial position by stopping expensive interest from draining your income every month. There are two popular strategies for paying off debt. The snowball method targets the smallest balance first, creating quick wins that can strengthen motivation. The avalanche method targets the highest interest rate first, usually reducing the total interest paid. Mathematically, the avalanche is often more efficient, but consistency matters more than choosing the perfect system. Select the method you're most likely to follow, make minimum payments on every balance, and direct all extra money toward the current target. Before aggressively pursuing the full $10,000, protect yourself with a mini emergency fund. Aim for roughly $1,000 to $2,000 as an initial buffer, adjusted for your personal risks and expenses. This money can cover a damaged tire, urgent repair, or unexpected medical bill without forcing you back onto a credit card. Keep it separate from everyday spending. Once that protection is in place, you can focus more confidently on debt reduction and your larger savings target. Avoid 3 mistakes that commonly derail savings plans. First, extreme deprivation often leads to frustration and binge spending, so include a small amount for guilt-free enjoyment. Second, remember irregular expenses such as holidays, car registration, annual insurance, and repairs. Create separate sinking funds for them. Third, track your progress visually. Use a chart, spreadsheet, or savings thermometer. Seeing the number rise reinforces the habit and helps you stay motivated when the goal still feels far away. Here's what a realistic 12-month plan could look like. Save $100 by reducing subscriptions and utility costs. Recover another $200 through meal planning and smarter grocery shopping. Earn $500 from consistent weekend work, then add an estimated $33 from interest or other small gains. Together, that equals roughly $833 per month, almost $10,000 in 1 year. Your exact mix can differ. The monthly total is what matters. The best time to begin may have been yesterday, but the next best time is today. Don't try to implement every idea at once. Choose one action you can complete immediately. Cancel a subscription, schedule an automatic transfer, list an unused item, or apply for a side gig. Then build from that first win. If you're accepting the $10,000 challenge, subscribe for more practical financial strategies and share your target date in the comments below. Your journey starts now.